Output here on Minecraft 101. In this episode, we're going to take on the Ender Dragon. So to get started, I've been a little busy between episodes grinding up some materials. I thought I would show you guys how to get to the end, and then we'll take on the Ender Dragon and see if we've got time for anything else. So between episodes, I located the fortress where the end portal is, and I have, I believe, finished placing all of the Eyes of Ender. But if you've never done this before, I'm gonna kind of walk you through the steps. So one of the reasons that I wanted a zombified piglin farm near the beginning is because of the mechanic with piglins called bartering. If you throw gold ingots at a regular piglin, he will look at it, pick it up, look at it, and throw you some items. Some of the items that he can throw you include things like Soul Speed 3 books. Wow, brain stopped, which is the only way to get Soul Speed 3. They also throw you spectral arrows, which I've got 2 stacks of, or almost 2 stacks of, close enough. And one of the things that they will also throw to you is ender pearls. I personally hate trying to find endermen and taking them down before I get to the end, so you know, the bartering mechanic is really useful. I also went and found, I think I had to re-find the Nether Fortress, because it's been so long since I've been recording that I kind of forgot where everything was. So I went and got the Ender Fortress to get some blaze rods, because in order to find the End Fortress, bumped my mouse. In order to find the fortress, you need Eyes of Ender. Eyes of Ender require ender pearls and blaze powder. So I'm coming up here to grab some gold, which is kind of silly because I was just up here not too long ago. Gonna grab some gold so I can show y'all the trick with the piglins. Hopefully I don't smash myself on the bedrock ceiling. It'll be really nice once I have elytra. Oh, before I forget, the title of this video. I apologize for it being kind of clickbaity, but I mean, I couldn't resist. I thought it was funny. So this episode is about getting to the end. That's why I called it the end. It's not because it's the last episode. So let me finish getting down this ladder. So I am back down on the floor of the Nether, and I found myself a piglin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just chuck some gold at him, and he is going to look at it, observe, and then trade something back to me. So unfortunately it's a little bit obnoxious, but if I Really? You don't want to go down there? Okay. But what I was doing in order to get the items is I was essentially just trapping some piglins like so, and then just hanging out down here, and whatever he throws to me, I'll collect in my inventory. So let me just toss that to him, and we'll see some of the things we got. So we've got some crying obsidian, some soul sand, some nether bricks, fire charges. I think I've got more spectral arrows, regular obsidian. So there's a lot of different items that you can get from these guys. And you can actually set up a whole automated system, which we might do in another episode, but I didn't really feel like doing it in between episodes, so here we are. So now that I have some ender pearls and blaze rods, when you're on the out in the overworld, you can use them to find the Nether Fortress. Not Nether Fortress, End Fortress. There we go. Wow. So we need some blaze powder, Eyes of Ender, and then what you're going to do is just throw the Eye of Ender, assuming that it will actually throw for me. There we go. Lag. And whatever direction the Eye of Ender travels in, that's the direction you need to travel in to find the fortress. So I'm going to actually cut here and get back into the fortress and show y'all what I've found. So I'll see you then. And we are back. So I have, oh, almost ran into it real quick, accidentally. So I've got a nether portal here set up inside of the fortress just to help me get to and from. I forget how I actually entered this whole fortress. I ran out of torches, which is, you know, kind of embarrassing. But yeah, so what you're looking for in the fortress is, okay, let's go boom. There we go. So what you're looking for in the fortress is this room. There's usually a silverfish spawner right here, but I broke it because I don't want to deal with silverfish. And then you'll place Eyes of Ender around the Ender portal, and that should do it for getting you into the end. So I'm just going to clean out my inventory a little bit. Don't need that. You may think it's kind of silly for me to throw away some of these things, but they're just kind of cluttering up the inventory. And I want to make sure that I've got as simplified an inventory as possible for taking on the Ender Dragon, because that's what we're going to be doing. I should not have chucked away all those blocks, but it's always a good idea to take some blocks in with you. So I'm going to take some stone. Okay, that should be enough. I can always just get some end stone while I'm there. But let's see if we can do this. Okay, so we are... the portal will teleport you onto an obsidian platform. Sometimes the obsidian platform's kind of hovering out over the void, so that's why I always make sure to grab a few blocks so that I can build a staircase if I need to. So here we go. You want to be careful not to look directly at the Enderman, because that's a surefire way to get killed. You also want to blow up all of these end crystals. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that quick cut there. My husband was out at the store and just got back, and the dogs went berserk. So just taking out the end crystals. You got to keep an ear out for when the Ender Dragon shoots that projectile at you, because you do not want to get caught in it. So I usually, when I hear it, that's when I just kind of run. Now the end crystals here in these cages, there is a way, if you're very, very accurate with the bow, to get a good shot in. However, I'm not always great at it. So I'm going to keep taking down these end crystals, and I'll get back to y'all when I'm ready to actually start dealing damage to the dragon. You can try dealing damage to it right now, but these end crystals are just going to keep healing it. So that's why your first target should always be the end crystals. So I'll cut and I'll be right back. There we go. Got that one. I think I've just got 2 more. So I'll be back. Okay, so I believe I've taken out all of the end crystals. So now you just want to keep shooting the dragon with your bow. Occasionally it will come down to land on the middle pillar, and that's going to be when you want to take out your sword. So I'm really just kind of like shooting off in the general vicinity of the dragon. If you are concerned about the Enderman, you know, you can wear a pumpkin on your head, so a carved pumpkin will protect you from Enderman. However, then you can't wear a helmet. Also, it really obscures your view, though you can change that with a resource pack. The other thing you can try to do is make a whole bunch of little, I think they're called like wimpy bars, because they work against wither skeletons as well. So just little 2-block high areas. The Enderman can't get under it, so you're safe. So you could try prepping the area a little bit with a whole bunch of those. That way you've got a whole bunch of spots that you can run to and hide if need be. Other thing you should maybe think about bringing is some empty bottles, because you can actually use the empty bottles on the particles, the purple particles that the dragon spits out. Where is the hitbox? Ouch, ouch, ouch. So when it's on the pedestal here, you do not want to keep shooting arrows at it. There we go. You want to get behind it and hit it in the butt. Make sure you're eating. If you went through the prep, you could maybe use some strength potions here to deal extra damage. Okay, that's not good. Oh my god. Accidentally looked at the Enderman. Not the end of the world. Whew, that is the danger here, is getting launched up into the air. So you'll notice there I had a water bucket on my inventory, on my hotbar, so that I could quickly switch to it. And that's literally the first time I've ever saved myself with a water bucket like that. But, oh, there is a cat strutting down the street right outside my house. I might need to cut again if my dogs start going crazy. And she's walking up to my basement door. Okay, so just gonna have a few more hits really, probably 5 to 10, and it should be done. But I think I mentioned briefly the glass bottles you can use on the particle effects to get Dragon's Breath, which is used for making lingering potions. So a lingering splash potion, when you throw it down to the ground, the effect of it will kind of, what the name implies, will linger, and it will continue to act. So it's great for like traps. But, okay. One more hit. There we go. So that is the Ender Dragon taken care of. So we just have to wait for it to finish dying. A whole bunch of experience will rain down on our head. And the dragon egg. So the method for obtaining the dragon egg, you're going to want a torch. And when you hit the dragon egg, it teleports. So no matter what you try to use to mine it, even if you've got, a silk touch pick, as you try to mine it, it will keep teleporting. So instead what you do is you go underneath it and you place a torch, because it counts as a gravity block. So if I break the block under it, it will fall down and break itself on the torch. So now I have myself a nice little dragon egg. When you finish with the dragon, one of these portals will spawn. If you throw an ender pearl in through the portal, it will teleport you out to the outer end. So we're going to head there in a little bit. Maybe another episode. I got to see what the recording's looking like for this episode. But yeah, so that's the ender dragon fight. So I'll get back to you guys in a little bit after I go through the credits. So the credits here, if you want to watch them, watch them. They're kind of entertaining. They're kind of amusing. So it's definitely worth 1 or 2 watches. But I'm not really interested in it right now. So I'm just going to hit escape. And it will spawn you back at your bed. Every time you go through the end portal, or the portal in the end, it will spawn you back at whatever your last bed was. So if you broke your bed, it'll put you back in the spawn chunks. But anyways, I'm going to cut here, see what's going on with the footage, and maybe we'll check out the outer end. Okay, so we're actually going to end it off here today. Before I head out, I did want to talk about one last thing, and that is respawning the Ender Dragon. So in order to respawn the Ender Dragon, you need to collect end crystals, which I don't have the recipe for. An end crystal, you're going to need 1 gas tier, some obsidian, and some glass paint, maybe an Eye of Ender. I don't know. It's been a while. But when you craft up those 4 end crystals, you're going to want to place them, oops, not in that spot, in these 4 positions, and it will start respawning the dragon. So you can continue to fight the dragon over and over again. The only real reason that I see for fighting the dragon is to spawn more of the where is that one? There it is. More of these little end portals. You can actually spawn up to 8 of them. 1 in each of the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, and 1 in each of the sub-cardinals, so northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. And they will actually teleport you to different regions of the end islands. So in the next episode, we're going to spend a little bit more time out here in the end. We're going to hunt down an end city so that we can get some shulker boxes. And I'm also going to build an ender, which is one of the simplest, easiest ways to do an experience farm. So if you did not feel comfortable doing the zombified piglin farm that we did in the last episode, this is another way to get a lot of experience really fast. So I think that's where we're going to end it off on this episode. Thank you all for watching. Please feel free to leave any comments, suggestions in the comments area below. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.